Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How is everyone doing today? So for today's video, I got something really cool to show you guys, and that is in Halo 4 Spartan Ops, hidden in the game files, well, really cut from the final game, but still in the game files, there is a Scarab in this game. So for those of you who have played through Halo 4, all of Halo 4, including Spartan Ops and everything, you'll know that there never was a Scarab in gameplay. It was, the Scarab was pretty much more or less replaced by both the Lich and the Harvester in Spartan Ops and campaign. But as you can see here, I managed to spawn in the Scarab that's kind of buried in the game files. It only exists in one single mission in one single map in Halo 4, and that is one of the Spartan Ops missions, the Harvester mission, or rather the Harvester map. And on top of that, I could really only get the Scarab to spawn on one certain mission as well, the very last Spartan Ops mission, one last time. For some reason, all the other missions on the same map, if I try to spawn the Scarab, it just kind of freezes the game. But this, I managed to get it spawn, and I'll even drive it in a little bit, but I'll do that later, so stick around for that too. But for now, let me just give you guys a tour of the Scarab. This Scarab, as you can see, it's obviously it's being rendered in the Halo 4 engine, but this Scarab is actually from Halo Reach. I believe in Halo Reach it's called like a cheap Scarab, which is kind of like a it's like a lower quality Scarab that's like used. Usually it's used like further on a distance where you wouldn't get too up close to it, and as a result it's not like highly detailed and like fully perfect like the actual Scarab that we see in Halo 3. But anyways, this Scarab, it's actually not like normally drivable, but the mod I'll be using later, I do make it drivable, and you'll see what happens if I try to drive this. But yeah, so this Scarab, I believe I've been told that it was like the Harvester on this map was based off the Scarab. The Scarab's kind of like a starting point in the game, and then from the Scarab they built off of it, and then they created what we have here is the Harvester. And the Harvester is very similar to the Scarab, but I guess for whatever reason they chose not to include Scarabs in Halo 4 and wanted to replace it with something else. But aside from that, the Scarab is actually it's pretty complete actually. You can even destroy the core in the back. Obviously it doesn't blow up the Scarab, and you can't damage any other parts of the Scarab. You can't damage the top, you can't shoot the legs to make it go down or anything. It's not, like I said, it's not like a fully complete interactive Scarab like we're used to from Halo 3. But the turrets on it you can still rip off and use them. The core you can destroy, but that's about it. Now, before we drive the Scarab, just one interesting thing I do want to point out, and I'm sure like some more technical people can probably explain why this is the case. But this particular Scarab, if I switch to theater mode, and even if I stay in first person, the Scarab's texture quality, it doesn't load the higher quality textures. If you go back to earlier in the video, when I get up close, you can see the textures load in, and the detail gets a little better. I mean, it's still not really like great detail overall, but in theater mode, it doesn't even load in the higher resolution textures. So just a little interesting thing I wanted to point out. But anyways, without further ado, let's finally drive the Scarab. So here we go. Let's get in and let's take a look. So this Scarab, it actually is drivable, and it does have some of the animations. You can still see the legs move and everything, but it is far from perfect. And if I move the Scarab too much away from its spawn point, the legs get all well wonky. The floating part is normal. It's and the walking through solid objects and wall stuff is also normal. Scarabs have always been like that since Halo 3. You were always able to walk on air and walk through solid walls. I've done like a few videos in the past on Halo 3 showing more or less the same things. But the leg animations, or the leg physics or whatever, it's kind of broken, and I'm not exactly sure why. I heard there's like a way to possibly fix it, but I wasn't quite sure how to go about that. And it's actually kind of funny seeing a Scarab this way, anyways. Because when it starts like walking off like into midair, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like the legs become like tentacles, and the Scarab kind of looks like it's a jellyfish kind of swimming, or like an octopus swimming, and it just looks really funny like that. But yeah, so surprisingly, you know, the Scarab, even though it's the cheap version of the Scarab from Halo Reach, it's actually still drivable. If it didn't have any of the animations, like if it was just like a plain model or something, or just like a scenery object, then if I tried to drive it, it shouldn't be able to move at all or anything. I could probably still get into a seat or something, but I don't think it would be able to move anywhere without the animations. But it actually does still have all the animations, and it's you know, relatively complete for a Scarab. It's yeah, it's, I mean, unfortunately it was never used in the game, and I love the Scarab. It's like a really cool thing. I really wish it would come back in like future Halo games. Little wish list item for Halo Infinite in the future. But yeah, so the Scarab, it's we never got to see in Halo 4, but now you can. This is what the Scarab looks like in Halo 4's engine. And you know, it's, even though it's the same version from Halo Reach, it still works somewhat well. Now you may be wondering, can you fire the main weapon? No, you can't. I can't fire the Scarab beam. It doesn't have one as far as I know. Maybe there's a way to mod it in and stuff like that, but it's out of the box, it does not have that. Pressing right trigger won't fire anything. But yeah, so hopefully you guys found it to be pretty cool and interesting. And if you did enjoy this video, as always, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else for me to check out or look into, or you know, anything you want me to test out in any game, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to look into it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.